make sure it is meeting my own expectations or not. So my expectation is some power steering should be there, and there should be 4 airbags. There is some engine CC, and there is clutch pad and brake smoothness, and seat compatibility, and the width, and the music system, and a number of things, right? You have, but you yourself want to check whether it is really meeting your expectation or not, right? In automobile industry, for purchasing car, you are asking for test drive, because there your intention is to make sure whether it is really meeting your expectations or not. So finally, what we understand about testing, is it meeting my expectations or not? So that is what the testing gives you the confidence whether it is really meeting your expectation. Then you will give not, and you will pay the amount, and you will take the car. If it is not meeting your expectation, then you will ask salesman, you said a number of features, but no feature is available, right? So then you will go for other solution, right, or other company, right? That is what. So finally, what you have understand about testing, it is used to make sure it is meeting your expectation or not. Now let's come to software. In software industry, definitely you may have heard about, in software industry people will work for projects, right? So definitely each one has different friends, and most of them are into IT industry. Indefinitely we will be working for the project. Who is giving the project? We are getting the projects from the client. So client we are getting the projects from the client has an idea, and the implementation of idea will be turning as a project. So client got one idea, the idea implementation will be coming in the form of projects. So these projects, most of the IT companies work for the projects, but each project comes from different clients. So he is the client or he is the customer. His idea is going to be implemented. His idea is going to be implemented in the form of a project, and he is the one who is going to invest the money. So to make idea to become software, he is the one who is going to invest the money. Since he is investing the money, he has some expectations, and he is expecting something. If he wants to build any project, he has his own expectations. Our goal is to make client as happy. If we want to make client as a happy person, we need to make sure we are meeting client expectations or not. So finally, software testing, why software testing is really required ante, so we need to make sure are we meeting client expectations or not. Since a client is very busy person and he does not have ample amount of time to validate everything by himself, he acquires or he will ask testing team to validate the things on behalf of me. In this case, we ourselves are purchasing the car, and we ourselves are validating the things, and we are the only responsible people. In this case, client does not have ample amount of time. That is why testing separate team is there, and we are validating the things on behalf of client. How client thinks, our thinking should also be the same. So that is the importance of software testing. End of the day, if we are not meeting client expectation, definitely client or customer will get frustrated, and finally it leads to the bad relationship with the company. That means client may want to shift his project from XYZ company to PQR company. So that is why each company focuses more on the software testing. That is why in these days, especially since 2015 onwards, the more importance came to testing people. That is why separate team formed for testing. And this is what we will make sure in the form of software testing. Our final goal is to make sure are we meeting client expectations or not. That is the main goal of software testing. And second goal of software testing is in real time. In real time, there are different people are there. Some people want to use your software for best purpose or in the good way. Some people will try to create bad reputation for you by showing your loopholes, right? That is how the human psychology moves up. There are some people who are there here to show your loopholes or bad things, right? That is why when the software goes to live market, there are few people are available to break your system, and their goal is to show your software is a bad software. That is why instead of someone to break the system, client will also ask test engineer to first you yourself try to break the software. You yourself break the software and try to make it as a quality software. Try to make it as a quality software. That is the second goal. As a test engineer, you will have to put your efforts to break the system instead of outside person breaking the system. First you try to break the system. If you are unable to break the system, then I can get some confidence like my software cannot be broken. That is the confidence we are giving to the client. That is why those are the main two goals of a software testing. Those two goals will be covered as part of software testing. And in during our software testing, we will learn about n number of things. How can we do software testing? What are the different approaches? And I am mentioning software, right? For everything there is a life cycle defined. If you take honey cannot be formed in single day. There are several steps behind in order to make or in order to form it as a honey. And same thing, construction of projects, irrigation projects or roads, those cannot be done in single day. For everything there is a systematic process. In the same way, in order to make software to be available in live environment, we have a number of steps. That is called software development life cycle. So our testing concept will get started with SDLC, guys. So SDLC, and there are a number of things we will be discussing. First, try to understand what are the different levels of testing and what exactly we will cover. Then we will see what will be our career. Then we will move on to the concept wise and what we are going to provide. Okay, first try to understand what are the different software testing approaches available. Software testing, you can call it as types, right? So yes, everyone knows, you know, and I myself know, ideally there are two ways to perform software testing. So one way is through manual. So one of the way is manual testing. So the very first is manual testing, and the second type is automation testing. So what is manual? Why are we going for automation? What is the importance? We will understand the things before taking any decision. First you need to understand, did I take the correct decision by choosing testing as my career, right? That is why we are giving this overview. One is manual testing, second one is automation testing. What exactly meant by manual testing, right? So it is the human interaction. If you want to do some action, that will be done by human being only. Manual testing is purely dealt by human being. Whatever the testing activity or whatever the assurance you are giving, you will be doing the manual effort. That means human interaction will be there. Human being will perform all types of testing. So this manual testing, there is no automation process. This will be done by human being only. So human being will create the things and he will test the things and he will use a number of approaches available and so on. And as part of manual testing, we will define the process and implement the process. We will define and we will implement the process. We will define the process and we will implement the process. And there are n number of things. So every time I am saying testing is not a single word. There are multiple approaches available in order to make testing. Suppose if I ask someone to test OTP, right? OTP authentication. In order to test OTP authentication, there is one process, right? And in order to test flight booking, there is another approach. And in order to test some ATM software, there is a different approach. For each thing, the approach may not be same or may be same. That is why we need to learn. So what are the approaches? So what are the types of testing? Types of testing. So types of testing we will have to learn. And in recently, so just before I said, for every implementation, there is a dedicated methodology or dedicated life cycle defined. In the same way, software has a dedicated life cycle that is called SDLC, software development life cycle. So it is a kind of framework. How we are using framework is depending on us. So in these days, most people are expecting is agile. So agile, you may have heard about agile. So as part of manual testing, you will have to have sound knowledge on the agile. And again, STLC, in the same way, when development, there is a life cycle defined. In the same way, for testing also, there is a life cycle defined. That is software testing life cycle. And we will learn a number of things, guys. So in real time, what is the actual work we will do? Actual work, what is the actual project, what is the terminology, what are the different tools? Everything will be covered as part of manual testing course, guys. As part of manual testing course, everything will be covered. So whatever your friend is doing in real time, we will cover everything. We will cover everything. And some definitions he may not be knowing also, right? So we will cover all those things along with the banking project we will be doing as part of manual testing. So learning is one step, but implementation is another step, right? So learning is not only sufficient, right? So especially for car driving, yes, you will learn. And if there is no practice, you will forget. Again, you will have to go to the driving school, and again, you will have to pay the money, and again, you will have to do the things when there is no practice. Yes, you will learn the things and you will learn the terminology and you will get habituated. But when there is no real-time project, definitely the learning may not make any sense, right? That is why, as part of manual testing, we will do one project, and that project is also highly secured project, and it is banking domain. Banking domain. In this case, banking project is highly weighted projects, right? So that will be an added advantage for your resume also. I have done this project during my learning way. So everything will be done as part of manual testing, and we will cover all those topics. At the end of the session, I will list out the topics and I will show you in the form of PDF. Okay, and let's move on to automation testing for a while. What exactly meant by automation testing? The main intention of automation testing is to avoid human interaction. To avoid human interaction. The main goal of automation testing is to avoid human interaction. Without human being, I do not want to depend anyone. I do not want to depend on anyone. I want to do the activities through automation project, through automation process. That is why robots were introduced and everything, auto gear system introduced, and these days people are introducing without a driver also, the car can move on, because people want to reduce the human effort. They do not want to depend on anyone else. They want to do the things on themselves. That is why in these days OTP, it is not asking you to enter the OTP manually. It is automatically reading. That is the importance of automation testing. Everyone want to automate the things without depending on human being. That is why we are also learning automation testing. As a test engineer, when you do not have automation knowledge, definitely you cannot get good opportunity. I don't say you don't get any opportunity. Yes, there may be some opportunities, but you do not get very good opportunity, and you cannot beat this competitive market. That is what. And as part of automation testing, what is really required, what is the primary thing industry is expecting from you is Selenium web driver. Selenium web driver. Selenium web driver is a tool, guys. Selenium, first remember one thing. Many people say using Selenium language, The statement is false. Selenium is not a programming language. Selenium is a tool. Tool, any tool can provide some instructions or commands. Selenium also provides some commands, or else in our day-to-day terminology. Politicians gives the statement, guys. Politician gives the statements like waiving of the crop loans or gold loans or whatever the things. Politicians only provide statements, but the actual groundwork will be done by gazetted officers or IAS or IPS officers. In the same way, Selenium will provide instructions and commands. In order to use those instructions, we need to have a programming language. We need to have one programming language. That programming language is Java. And Selenium supports n number of programming language. It supports, Selenium supports C Sharp, C Sharp, Java, Python, JavaScript, and so on. But what exactly the primary thing most people are using in real time with the combination of Selenium with Java, Selenium plus Java. Why? Both are open source. Selenium is open source and Java is also open source. Second thing, Java provides ample amount of options. Anything can be possible. When you compare with other programming languages or scripting languages, most of the things are available in Java. Some of the things are not available in other programming language also. And third thing is, most of the organizations are expecting this combination, guys. This combination only. Most of them, I don't say 100%, but 75 to 80% of the organizations are expecting Selenium with Java. Definitely, we cannot learn n programming languages, right? We want to familiar on one programming language. That decision should always be what most of the companies are expecting. That is why we, in our journey, we will learn about Selenium and we will learn about Java. Since Java is the primary thing, we will use core Java. So that is why, as part of automation testing, we will start core Java from very scratch, very scratch level, and whatever is really required with respect to real-time usage and with respect to interview. Both the things will be covered as part of Java training. And parallelly, we will introduce Selenium and we will play with that. We will play with that. I don't say we want to learn, but we want to play with the Java and Selenium. Then parallelly, whatever we have done, manual testing on the banking project, the same project will be picked up, and whatever we did through manual, we will do the same thing through automation. Then you can understand the importance of automation and you will feel more better and you will get more confidence. And you may feel like, yes, I got very good knowledge and I got some experience also. That confidence you will be getting after the end of manual testing. And in between, we also cover API as well. What is API? Those things I do not want to confuse you right away, but what we are going to cover, I just want to mention. What is API? We will discuss all those things in detail. These, if you have these three concept knowledge, definitely you can crack any interview. So from KrishSoftware, we will put 50% effort to make you strong. Another 50% should be coming from you. So this is what we have to learn in order to get into the software industry, especially for software testing. So next thing, yes, you have chosen software testing and you decided to learn the things. But another question you may be having, what is my career, right? What is my career if I choose software testing? And what are the different options available in real time? Let us understand that. What is my career? Next question is, what is my if I choose software testing? The very first one, since I said you are for the sake of client and for the sake of company, right? Definitely you will be closely working with the client. Definitely your career will be brighter, right? Your career will be brighter. Second thing, see, software test engineer is a decision king. Whether the things should go in live market or should not go, who will decide those things? And means software test engineer. Software test engineer will decide those things. If you take Hyderabad metro project, so metro project was officially available to individual common being is once it is completed its test drive, first phase, second phase, third phase, who gave that, who gave the trialing certificate means those respective testing team, those respective testing team. In this case also, the test engineer will be the decision maker. Definitely the brighter importance will be given to the test engineer. And third thing, what will be my pay? So every compensation or every pay purely depends on your skill set, guys. Since if you get knowledge on manual testing and if you get knowledge on automation testing and if you get sound knowledge, definitely you can expect the figure whatever you want to have. As per people notation, for 3+ years of experience people, they are taking 10 to 12 LPA on an average. It's not fixed amount. There are people who takes for 3+20 also. There is no, but we need to know the average figure. Right? For 3+ experience people also, they are taking 10 to 12 LPA. And there is no differentiation. Developer has to get higher salary, tester has to get lower salary. There is no that slogan. In fact, testers are taking more salary than developers also. And there are few companies who are who got, sorry, who established companies only for the testing. I think there are few questions. Yes, Shubhan Ambi. Yes, we will move on to Q&A in 2 minutes, guys. So let us complete this and we will move on. So for career, the thing will be like this, guys. For 3+ or 4+, the career will move like this. Just give me a sec, guys. Yeah, that is how we will move on, guys. So that is the background we just wanted to give you. So let's move on Q&A. So initially we thought of having Q&A since you people were not speaking. So let us go for Q&A session, guys. So over to you. Just feel free to bring up the questions. I think there is a question from Shubhanambi. After receiving new build as a tester, what tester have to do first after receiving new build? That means when you receive any new build from the development, your immediate action should be, preparing the test cases or starting the testing. But during that time, you need to make sure there are no failures in the build, right? So he is giving you the build, but first your immediate action should be not starting the actual testing. First, you need to make sure there is no build failures, right? There is no build failures and up high level things are working fine. Just assume you are working on some banking project, kind of HDFC bank application, right? So that build came to you. First, you need to make sure whether the application is loading or not, right? First, you need to make sure the build is working fine or not. That should be your first goal. Then, if the build is fine and there are no build leaks or build loopholes, then we can go for testing. So that is the first activity for QA engineer or test engineer. We need to make sure there are no build failures, guys. Yeah. Does it answer your question, Shubha? any questions, guys? So let us utilize this opportunity. Okay. So do you have anything in your mind, Pratik, Akhileshwara, Arun, Chandrakala? So what exactly do you understand? And if you have any question, just please feel free to ask.
Hi, sir.
Yes, yes, Chandrakala.
This is Chandrakala.
Yes.
Actually, I'm doing job for manual testing.
Okay.
So I want to improve for automation skills like
Okay.
tools.
Mhm.
So that is the reason I joined this call.
Okay. Yeah, sure, Chandrakala.
Now
Since
I'm doing manual, sir.
okay, okay. Yeah, that is good to know.
Hmm.
So since you have
Yes.
already started the testing journey, definitely you might have understood something. But if you want to start the automation
Yeah.
testing, first we need to understand the important. Sorry, go ahead, Chandrakala. No, are you about to
Yeah,
ask
tell me.
something?
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
continue, sir.
Yes, yes. So you are already working on manual, and if you want to move your journey into automation, first we will have to learn what are the important things in automation testing. So the very first one, as an automation engineer, is we need to automate regression test cases, right? Using UI, right? So that is why we need to go for Selenium WebDriver with Java, because you are already in IT industry, you may have seen already, right? So what is the importance of Selenium and what are
Yes.
the things? So for that, we will start with the Java initially, then we will move on with Selenium. So better you pick Selenium WebDriver with the Java, because it has ample amount of opportunities available in market. You can change your career internally, or you can look for any opportunity from outside also.
Okay. So now it is running on. It is fine to go Java with Selenium.
Yes, it is always good to go, because the Selenium is
Okay.
leading the market. There are a number of tools available in
Ah.
market, but none of the tools
Yes.
able to beat Selenium, because Selenium provides that
Mm.
much flexibility.
Mm.
Yes,
That's also from my point of view.
yeah. And there was another question from Pratik. Opportunities for non-IT 2019 passed out. Yeah, one thing I want to mention, Pratik. So even I am also from non-IT background only. So I personally feel there is no fixed template. Only IT background people can only enter into the market. Non-IT, there is no such slogan. As per my knowledge, people are expecting at least 15 to 16 years of education and something related to some valid degree, right? Based on that, and if you have knowledge and if you can prove yourself, then you are always welcome. So, and since you mentioned 2019 passed out, yes, I can understand. From 2022, pandemic came into the picture, right? So there are a number of things happen. Still, we can give our trial, right? So we can learn the things, and we can crack the interviews. And still, some of the companies are giving opportunities for 2019, 2020 people as well. Yes, most of us are from non-IT only, but when you have sound knowledge and when you learn the things quickly and easy manner, then gates are open for you. Yeah. I will try to interact with one by one people, guys. So just treat me as your friend, just forget about teacher or student. Okay, so let's have a friendly session and let us understand each other better. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Rajani.
Sir, I have a career gap. Earlier, I have worked on manual testing. After that, I came into computer teacher. Now, I want to rejoin in manual testing. Can it is possible?
Yes, it is possible because many companies are giving importance to the people who has career gap, especially for the female people, right?
Okay, sir.
So, but in order to get into or rejoin or restart your career, first we need to have more knowledge, right? So definitely we should be one step ahead than other people, right? So when you have learned the things in very good manner and you could be able to complete the things, definitely you can restart your career.
Selenium with Java is useful for us.
Yes, it is mandatory these days for testing people. So in our day-to-day life also, we are seeing a number of changes, right? So earlier we ourselves need to enter OTP manually. These days there is no chance, right? System will automatically read, right? So that is the importance given to automation process. In the same way, people want to optimize the testing process with the help of automation. That is why we need to have automation knowledge. For automation, n number of tools and n number of technologies available. Let us go for Selenium WebDriver with Java. That is the supreme and that is the primary thing where most of the companies are expecting.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So are there any people who are currently working, whether it is IT or non-IT? I think I talked to Rajani and Chandrakala. So, and do you guys want to know anything about Selenium? Why we are only learning Selenium? Do you guys have any question? Just ask me. Yes, Sudarshan. So would you like to know anything? So I will just try to interact with one by one, guys. So just to make friendly nature. Yes, Sudarshan.
Sir, hi, sir.
So hi. So what exactly do you know about testing, and do you want to get clarified on any of your questions?
Sir, I have one doubt. Real-time fluid weight using or not using?
Real time?
Implicit weight, explicit weight, and fluid weight.
Correct.
Real
So
time, where is sir fluid weight?
yes, in real, first of all, weights are mandatory for anything, whether it is automation or manual or day to day. Right? So just we are expecting something, but something cannot be done in a second or millisecond. Sometimes we will have to wait. In the same way, when we are doing automation testing, we need to wait until the page is loaded. Right? If you are clicking on something, the page will get loaded. Right? IRCTC or flight booking apps or anything, right? So during that time, you will have to wait. In order to use wait, there are three types available in Selenium. One is implicit wait, second one is explicit wait, and third one is fluent wait. Based on the situation, we will have to choose whether do I have to use implicit wait, or do I have to use explicit, or do I have to go for fluent wait, based on the situation, guys. So since you have already mentioned waits, right? So definitely you may be knowing importance of wait, right? So based on the situation, we need to act on. But fluent weight is using, explicit weight is using, and implicit weight is also using. But based on the things we need to work on. If you take automatic reading of OTP, so what is the weighting mechanism working there? Means fluent weight is working there. Fluent weight. The advantage of fluent weight is for each 1 second, it will try to check your inbox. Does it receive new SMS or not? For each thing, it will try to poll. That is the beautifulness of fluent wait. Yes, people are using in real time, and we will also have to use case.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any further questions, Sudarshan?
For real-time implicit wait and explicit wait and fluent wait, 3 are using only, and thread dot sleep also using.
No, thread dot sleep is not at all encouraged.
Okay.
Yes, that is forcefully asking you to wait. So you
Okay.
cannot ask someone to forcefully wait, right? So thread dot sleep is always not at all suggestible.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have one question.
Sure.
Present market TDD framework and BDD framework, which one more demand nowadays?
Both.
Both, sir.
Both are important. TestNG is important. BDD using Cucumber is also important. Both are important.
Okay.
So we need to have knowledge on both the things, and we will cover both the frameworks, how people are using in real time. We will cover both the things. Both are very much important. We cannot say only Cucumber or only TestNG. Both are important.
Okay, sir. I am already my course completed, but some companies are BDD also recommended my company. They're
Yes.
asking.
Yeah. Both are important. So that's we
Okay,
never
sir.
know what people will move on, right? So that is it. We need to consider both of them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. What else, guys? So would you like to know anything? So I think most of you having at least a little bit knowledge on Selenium and testing. So that is very good to know.
Sir. Hi, sir. Sir.
Yes.
Database testing, how much percentage has a tester needed, sir?
I don't say how much percentage, but mostly we will use select queries only. So just to check the data. So, but in real time, developers will be giving you the queries. But how to do DB testing, that is more important. So how you are writing queries is not important, but how you are validating the things are more important. But some of the basic select queries we will have to write. So we will cover as part of our course. So we have our own project and our own database. We will cover basic queries. Yes.
Okay. This week I am attending one interview. That interview entire 1 hour interview, 30 minutes database testing questions asking, sir.
Okay. So again, it depends on the requirement and the position we are applying for. There is a dedicated team which is meant for database testing, right? So those teams may be validating more of the things, but what exactly we need to validate as part of functional test engineer and database test engineer. So both are different. So, and we will cover those things.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yeah, from Chris Software Solution, we are here to cover all the concepts which market is expecting from you guys. Okay, we will try to cover all the things, and personal instructor will be available to answer all your Q&A and everything. Okay, and we are here to start one new batch. So if you are interested, just to get check in with the admin department. So they will post the mobile number in the chat window, just to get clarified on all the things. And still, if you have any question, just reach out to us. We are here to answer all your questions. So for every individual, before taking one decision, especially for the career, first need to know the importance of testing. That is why today's session is happened. Okay. So still, we are left with 10 minutes. If you have any question, just feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we will meet in some other time. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Have a good day. Happy weekend. Okay. Hopefully seeing you soon. Okay.